trusted news source, ABC6 News at Noon.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. I'm Doreen Scanlon. We start with the weather as we take a live look outside right now with our sky cam, and we'll see lots of clouds in the sky today, an overcast day, and some rain out there too. Chelsea's in the Weather Center with much more. Hi, Chelsea.
Hey, Doreen. Yeah, a few raindrops on the sky cam right now. We're looking at clouds across southern New England and breezy conditions and cool conditions. We're sitting only in the mid 50s right now with sustained winds around 20 miles per hour. That's going to keep us cool today. We still should be making it into the upper 60s, and instead today, we're staying once again in the mid to upper 50s. The winds are gusting over 30 miles per hour for many of us. Figure gusts this afternoon in the 25 to 35 mile per hour range with those scattered showers continuing. Again, we're not looking at washout conditions today, tonight, or tomorrow, but you have the overcast conditions. You have on and off rain, some scattered sprinkles and mist and drizzle. Otherwise, just kind of a very dreary and windy day. So we go back and forth with clouds and windy conditions and scattered rain and cool temperatures. Looks like, unfortunately, we have a repeat of this day tomorrow. I do have sunshine, though, in the second half of the 7-day forecast. I'll have much more in just a few minutes. Doreen?
Chelsea, thank you. We are following developing news as charges in the reported explosion at Northeastern University last month. The FBI charging an employee, 45-year-old Jason Duhame. He is the manager and director at the Immersive Media Lab at the school. He reported to police that a case exploded when he opened it back on September 13th, leading to a mass response. Evidence leading police to believe this was all a hoax. And the U.S. Attorney's Office in Rhode Island says a Pawtucket man trafficked cocaine while he was on federally supervised release. U.S. Attorney Zachary Cunha's office says 30-year-old Estefano Lobo admitted to trafficking the drugs while on supervised release from federal gun and drug charges. This happened back in March while he was on a 4-year supervised relief term from a prior conviction. He faces up to 40 years in jail. And now to an ABC6 News update. In the aftermath of Hurricane Ian, the death toll is still rising. Now at least 103 deaths have been confirmed, 99 of those in Florida alone. Search and rescue operations are still underway across the southwestern coast of Florida as the cleanup efforts continue. ABC's Rena Roy has the latest from Fort Myers.
Nearly a week after Hurricane Ian made landfall in southwestern Florida, the work continues around the clock. Thousands of people being rescued from destroyed homes and taken to shelters. The death toll still on the rise. Shelley McKinney just moved to Fort Myers with her husband 2.5 weeks ago. Her new home now a pile of mangled metal.
What is going through your mind?
Where do we go from here? We worked for this our whole lives and we thought we had it.
Their plan was to retire in this community.
Our car's gone. Our home is gone. Everything that we worked for all our lives is gone.
On the small island of Matlacha, just north of Sanibel, Maria Steelman remembering the sheer horror as Ian moved in.
It was 20 hours of just terror. It was terror. It's just pure. We were scared.
Hundreds of thousands still without power.
And at this point, you're not leaving this area, no matter how long it takes to get
Oh, of course not. This
power
is our
or water
home.
back.
We've been here over 50 years.
Officials in Fort Myers Beach say the electrical infrastructure was destroyed and it might be about a month before power is restored. But the hope is to get the lights back on for most across the area by Friday. Rena Roy, ABC News, Fort Myers, Florida.
And new at noon today, rough seas are again impacting ferry travelers today. Block Island Ferry and C Street New Bedford service both canceled. The Steamship Authority is still running its trips to Martha's Vineyard from Woods Hole, but diverting all boats to Vineyard Haven to dock. Service to Nantucket is on a trip-by-trip basis. 2 ferries went out this morning, but the 11 a.m. from Hyannis to Nantucket was canceled due to the weather. In just a few hours, we may know the political fate of Woonsocket Mayor Lisa Baldelli Hunt. City Council will hold a special meeting to vote on her removal from office. And ahead of that vote, ABC6 News reporter Yanni Tregelis spoke with the mayor about her thoughts. He joins us live in Woonsocket. Hi, Yanni.
Good afternoon, Doreen. Well, yeah, just speaking with the mayor, Lisa Baldelli-Hunt, a short time ago, she denied any wrongdoing and called this a waste of taxpayer dollars. She also pointed to the great amount of support that she's gotten from both state legislature as well as many of the citizens here in Woonsocket to point to these allegations as completely false. Now, these allegations coming forward after a city council member brought forward allegations that she mismanaged city funds while in office. Now, council will vote tonight on if Baldelli-Hunt will be removed from office. The card's now in the council's hand, but many in the city disagree with the removal, including Governor Dan McKee standing by Baldelli-Hunt, who he called his friend since before either of them were in office. The mayor continuing to deny the claims made against her, calling this an attempt to remove her a political attack and also personal by the city council, saying it's not the first time they have targeted someone they have something against.
And this is politically driven as well. They have to put their differences aside. Their personal feelings should not be interfering with their leadership.
Hopefully that doesn't happen. I'm happy to be working with Mayor Lisa Baldelli-Hunt. That's why we're here in Woonsocket today.
And this special meeting is set for 7 o'clock tonight here at City Hall in Woonsocket. And the mayor also expecting another large turnout, much like last Tuesday when the vote was postponed. And many supporters came with signs and speaking out in her favor. We're live in Woonsocket. Yanni Trigelis, ABC6 News.
Yanni, thank you. And now covering Your Voice, Your Vote, and just over a month left until the midterm elections. But here's a heads up for voters in Rhode Island. The deadline to register to vote is Sunday, October 9th. You can register online, by mail, or in person at your local Board of Canvassers office. You'll need your state-issued driver's license or ID and must be over the age of 18. Massachusetts voters get extra time. The deadline to register to vote in the Commonwealth is October 29th. And the Rhode Island Board of Elections is set to meet today. On the agenda, the express voting machines. You may remember back in September, Providence Mayor Jorge Alorza said express vote machines should be pulled from polling places when they listed wrong candidates for some Spanish early voting ballots, causing the whole issue. At today's meeting, the board hopes to develop a plan for inspecting those machines before the November election. That meeting is at 2 p.m. today. And now an ABC6 update. Swansea police say there were no serious injuries after this crash closed part of Route 6 last night. The crash happened about 7 o'clock. Drivers were advised to avoid the area while crews worked to clear that scene. And still ahead here on ABC6 News at noon, the continuing defamation trial of Alex Jones. What one mother of a Sandy Hook shooting victim said on the stand about what she fears could come from Jones's rhetoric. Plus, North Korea causes a scare of Japan. How the world is responding to the longest ever North Korean weapons test and how Japan went into emergency mode because of it. Checking national headlines now, the Alex Jones trial resumes today after a week of emotional testimony from family members of Sandy Hook shooting victims. Last week, families who lost loved ones at Sandy Hook testified Jones's defamation trial, including one mother who said she fears conspiracies about the 2012 Sandy Hook shooting will lead people to harm her other son. The jury will decide how much Jones must pay for spreading theories that the Sandy Hook shooting was fake. Well, country superstar Loretta Lynn died peacefully in her sleep early this morning. She was 90 years old. Lynn had 51 top 10 hits during her country career and was inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame. Her story and songs were brought to an even wider audience in the Oscar-winning 1980 film Coal Miner's Daughter. Lynn was even awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom in 2013. And checking your world headlines now, North Korea escalating tensions, launching a ballistic missile over Japan, causing citizens to scramble as air sirens blared. The U.S. and South Korea responding with a precision bombing drill of their own. ABC's Wynn has the latest.
North Korea launching a ballistic missile directly over Japan for the first time in 5 years, ratcheting up tensions in the Asia-Pacific region. Japan issuing emergency alerts for citizens to take cover. Japan's Ministry of Defense says the missile was airborne for 17 minutes, traveling about 2,800 miles before crashing into the waters off of Japan. Japan's defense minister saying the launch threatened their ships and aircraft, as well as their residents, calling it a one-sided provocation. The move raising fears over North Korean leader Kim Jong-un's nuclear program.
Kim Jong-un doesn't like to be out of the spotlight, so he has gone back to a missile that we've seen before, 8 times before, the Hwasong missile, about 2,300 miles with a nuclear weapon, could reach Guam, but maybe not Australia.
The U.S. and South Korea showing their military readiness by conducting a joint precision bombing drill involving 8 fighter jets, destroying 2 virtual targets. The White House also responding with a statement to the North Korean launch, strongly condemning the DPRK's dangerous and reckless decision. This year alone, North Korea has fired more than 30 ballistic missiles and at least 5 cruise missiles, the most launches in a single year. South Korea expects Kim Jong-un to test an intercontinental ballistic missile and conduct an underground nuclear test this year as well. In cooperation with the U.S. and Japan, South Korea says it's considering asking the United Nations to impose additional sanctions on Pyongyang. Wynn, ABC News, Washington.
And still to come here on ABC6 News at noon, Chelsea has a look at your full 7-day forecast. Stay with us. ABC6 News at noon covering your health now. And a new study says pregnant women shouldn't worry about taking numerous types of common antidepressants. That study says use of these drugs is not linked with medical concerns in kids like autism, behavioral issues, and mental disabilities. The findings are based on more than 145,000 women and their children over a 14-year span. Researchers say roughly 20% of mothers to be will face a mental health condition while carrying a baby.
And now, your ABC6 Storm Tracker weather with meteorologist Chelsea Priest.
Well, some spotty showers outside so far today. We haven't really seen much heavy rain, but we will see some steady showers at times, some sprinkles at times. You can see kind of coming in waves, a lot of clouds, windy conditions with scattered showers. Temperatures are in the mid to upper 50s right now. 56 in Providence, 54 in Newport, 55 in Westerly, 57 in New Bedford. Certainly cooler than average for this time of year, with those sustained winds still coming in from the northeast, anywhere from 10 to 20 miles per hour, and some gusts coming in at times over 30 miles per hour. So it is another windy afternoon, and honestly, it looks like tomorrow is going to be very similar to today. So it's no wonder those ferries are canceled once again. When we look out from the North Light over Block Island, you can see just incredibly rough conditions out there, really gusty winds, and we stay windy and dreary and damp for the next couple of days. It's not going to be until later this week, likely not until Thursday morning, that we start to see some improvements. Satellite radar image shows you the waves of some isolated showers that have been coming in. More of the heavy rain seems to be off to our southwest, but we'll continue to see this moisture filtering in from just south of us, and you'll see on and off showers as we head through the afternoon, through tonight, through tomorrow as well. Again, it's not going to be until Thursday that we can finally get a little bit of clearing that's off to our west to push off this rain, this cloud coverage, and continue to push it away from us. Right now, that persistent wind from the northeast, and the way things are set up, we're just kind of stuck with this low right in place. Some of it, remnants from Ian, some moisture there, but we will eventually get rid of it. We have to make it through today, tonight, and tomorrow before we can. Scattered rain showers continue outside this afternoon. You may get into some heavier showers at times. We go back and forth tomorrow with overcast, breezy conditions, a few sprinkles or spotty showers possible on and off throughout the day. 10 o'clock tomorrow night, still overcast with a couple spot showers out there. Now, eventually by Thursday morning, the clouds and the showers push offshore. We get brighter as we head into the day on Thursday. Friday looks decent as well, a little bit warmer with that sunshine. You can see this line of some showers up to our northwest as we head into Friday. That little line will come through Friday night, late at night, bringing with it maybe a few sprinkles. Behind it, we have sunshine in the forecast. It is going to be cool again for the weekend, though. I'll show you that 7-day in just a minute. In terms of rainfall over the course of the day today, through tonight and into tomorrow, most of us end up with a total of ½ an inch to an inch. So we're not talking about torrential rain. We're not talking about soaking rain, especially when you consider that we pick this much up over the course of about 48 hours. So we're looking at some rain adding up, but again, not soaking rain. On and off showers. It may be steady at times. Otherwise, it's a windy, cool day. We head through tonight. We have on and off showers continuing, temperatures in the mid 50s, so it actually stays relatively mild, but we don't warm up again tomorrow in the upper 50s range. Windy and cool with some scattered showers around. Again, it'll be Thursday and Friday that we brighten up. We get into the low 70s range. Should be a decent end to the work week. Again, we're seeing sunshine for the weekend, for Columbus Day weekend. It is going to be breezy and cooler, though. We don't hang on to the 70s, unfortunately. Average highs should be close to 70 still, so those are well below average, but at least it's sunny. The sunshine makes a huge difference.
Yeah, after the rain today and tomorrow, even yesterday's dreary weather, to have some sun for the weekend will be a good thing.
Right. The cool temperatures mean nothing when you get some nice bright weather.
This is very, very true. All right, Chelsea, thank you so much. Pick of the litter is coming up next at noon. Today, meet Juno, a dog that was at the shelter but is back now as an adult. We'll learn more about her coming up next.
Pick of the Litter, brought to you by Moriarty's Invisible Fence.
Welcome back. It's Tuesday. That, of course, means it's time for Pick of the Litter. We have Wayne and Katie here today from the RSPCA, and you guys have brought with you Juno, who's a sweet girl. She has a little energy.
She has a lot of energy.
She has a lot of energy. Tell us about Juno.
All right, so Juno's got a history with us. She is the puppy. She was a puppy of cruelty seizure. So she was. She came from us. She was adopted from us as a puppy.
Okay.
Into a great home. Juno is the bionic woman. She's had 2 knee replacements that were paid for by her adopters. But they had another animal in the house, and as Juno got to be about 2 years old, she just wasn't getting along with the other dogs. She's lived with kids.
Okay.
She is good on a leash, within reason.
Sure.
She's, you know, she's not. She pulls a little bit. She's she needs a little bit of training, but she's a nice girl. She's not dog reactive outside of the house.
Okay.
So
She just wants to be the only dog in the home.
in the home.
Okay.
We think she can live with teenagers, no problem. Just no other dogs in the house.
Okay, that's our one big stipulation for Juno here. But she's 2 years old. She's really pretty.
She is a pretty girl.
She's got great coloring. The gray and white is always such a pretty coloring.
And she has 2 titanium knees, so they're not going to go.
She's ready to go. So we need to find Juno a good home. The only dog. What about other pets? Do we think only pet?
I think only.
Only pet.
Only pet,
Okay.
yeah.
Only pet in the household. If you want to learn more about Juno here, you can contact the RSPCA at 401-438-8150 or visit the website, rspca.com. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
And still to come here on ABC6 News at noon, Ed Sheeran coming to Foxborough. Find out when he'll be coming to Gillette if you want to be there for the show. We'll check back in with Chelsea, too, for another look at the afternoon forecast right after this. Ed Sheeran is coming to Foxborough as part of his new tour, stopping at Gillette. The pop singer will have a North American Stadium tour that starts in May in Texas. It's going to go all the way to California in September. Sheeran is going to be visiting Foxborough July 1st. Tickets go on sale Friday, October 14th. all these fun shows,
I know.
making plans for next summer.
I know, already talking about next summer. I honestly got mixed up for a second. I was like, wait, this July? Oh no, it's October.
Yep, it's October, Chelsea. Didn't you feel it outside?
I know. I still don't know where this summer went.
I know.
I cannot believe that it's October, but it is certainly feeling like a deep fall day outside today. Temperatures are only in the 50s, which is more than 10 degrees cooler than average for this time of year. Both today and tomorrow stay windy, stay cool with on and off showers. We head into Thursday and Friday, though, will brighten up. You'll see temperatures come up into the low 70s, which is more seasonable. There's a quick front that comes through overnight Friday, though, with a few sprinkles. And then while we stay sunny for the weekend, it will be breezy and cool again with those highs hovering around 60.
Yeah, definitely light at the end of all this.
Yes.
All right, Chelsea, thank you. And thank you for joining us for the news at noon. The news continues first at 4. Have a great day, everybody.